Paxton pits. Not exactly true. We can hear wren, blackcap, whitethroat, blackbird and song thrush. The title refers to the lack of nightingale song. There are 7 or 8 here, somewhere on the reserve, but with all the beautiful new greenery, birds get harder to see. But let's see what the morning brings. We're at the first viewpoint that overlooks the Heronry South Lake, and although we can't see any nesting material, I'm pretty sure this moorhen is nesting in the old tree. Paxton is home to a large colony of cormorant, many of whom are nesting and rearing young. You can just about see a youngster being fed by the parent bird in the nest. And in this nest, the bird on the left looks like a well-grown youngster asking for food. We move on to the next viewpoint, which has been totally rebuilt and now has seating and a roof. This also looks out over the Heronry South Lake and affords us views of these 3 grey heron standing with their backs towards the breeze. Also on view, as expected, grey lag geese, and a moorhen passes by. It's also nice to see the return of the common terns swooping and diving as they hunt for small fish. We move on towards the kingfisher hide, enjoying the spring colour as we go. These pines were once the Christmas trees belonging to an old manor house, now long gone. After the festivities, the owners would plant them in the garden, and now they've grown to this huge size. And nestled among the pine needles, we find this goldcrest nest from last year, an amazing piece of avian engineering made from mosses, lichens and spiders' webs. The spiders' webs allow the nest to expand as the chicks grow. This is the kingfisher hide, also recently rebuilt. This hide also looks out over the Heronry South Lake, but also the Heronry North Lake too. Looking out on the Heronry North Lake, there are nesting pontoons being used by black-headed gull and these common tern. This female on the right begs her mate for food. Yesterday the remnants of Storm Hannah blew through, but thankfully today it's just a little breezy. The water level is quite low, revealing these small islands being used by the common terns and also tufted duck. And this juvenile mute swan begins to preen. Moving on, we feel spots of rain and we continue to hear blackcap and whitethroat, but frustratingly we see only the briefest of glimpses. I take a walk to the river viewpoint. This is the River Great Ouse. The light spring rain shower continues, raindrops disturbing the surface of the dark water, and a mute swan swims regally by. We make our way back up to the path to the sound of chiff-chaff and wren. It's a busy day here at Paxton Pits and there are a lot of people around, but a little further up the path, at last the briefest view of a male blackcap. A little further on, there's a much more obliging dunnock, once known as the hedge sparrow. The bird is busily preening, which allows me time to get this close up. We arrive at the Hayden hide, and on the feeders are great tit and blue tit. And this colourful cock pheasant vacates the feeding table. Looking out once again on the Heronry South Lake, the common terns continue to fish. These birds can be seen in the UK between April and September. They're the species of tern that you're more likely to see inland. On the coast, they'll nest on shingle beaches, and inland, places like old flooded gravel pits, anywhere that's flat with little vegetation, close to water, where they can fish. After the breeding season, common terns migrate south to spend their winter along the coasts of the tropics and the southern hemisphere in areas including Africa, South America and Southeast Asia. Also out there we see herring gull, tufted duck, and on an island's edge 2 tiny mallard chicks. I'm sure all that remains of a once bigger brood, and there's the parent birds close by. We're almost back at the car park now. Unfortunately no nightingales today. Must come back in a few weeks' time to see if our luck improves. And as this distant buzzard disappears behind the trees, I'll leave you with some music and some slow motion footage I shot of the common terns, and see you next time.